we did not see much volatility coming to the market last week. It's more or less like a quiet week because there's not much volatility, especially on the DSY and the US dollar pair, excluding gold, because we saw more volatility on gold last week. But apart from gold, the rest of the US dollar pair, it was like a quiet week for them. And then on DSY, this is a movement for the whole week from here to this particular area. So what is going on right now, and then what are we looking at on the DSY? And as you can see, this is a Monday, so this is a movement from Monday to Friday on the DSY, so which means that there's no more volatility last week. It's like a quiet week. So what are we now looking at on DSY coming to this week? Don't forget that this week is an NFP week, so we ought to see more volatility coming to the market this week. And on the DSY, if you check here, price hit this 61.8 Fibonacci retracement level, reject, and then bounce off this support, and then we have price coming back to retest this 61.8 fib level. So here I'm looking at the rejection. The DSM actually reject this area, then coming back to retest this support again before we see the break of that 61.8 level for market to go to the 100 level Fibonacci retracement. Because if this 61.8 were to be sustained, price will have broken this low to the downside. That's one of the things you have to know here, that if these are 61.8 were to be valid, then price will have break this low, this particular support level, and then will have break this all-time this low right here, not the all-time low, this low at this particular area. But right now, price bounce off this support level and then going back to retest this 1.8 level. But probably this week price might just slow down, the DSY might just be weaker, and then we might see the DSY strength from this particular support level, which might actually break this level, and then the next level should be 105,996. So this is the weekly Forex forecast. Welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Ambafx. This is where I bring you the latest insight in the world of Forex market, the technical and then the fundamental aspect. Do well to subscribe, like, and share, and don't forget to turn on the notification in case I drop a new video so that you'll be notified. So before we actually go to the individual currency, let's check the economic activities of next week. You know, we already said that next week is an NFP week, that is on Friday. Take note of this ISM manufacturing PMI. It is a leading indicator news, which means that it is very, very important. It is what we actually show what is going on in the economy. You understand? Because we have two types of PMI, ISM manufacturing PMI and the service PMI. Those two are leading indicator, and it is mostly dropped at the first week of every month. So they drop the ISM manufacturing PMI coupled with the NFP at the beginning of the month. That is first Friday of the month for the NFP. So on Monday we have the ISM manufacturing PMI out of the US dollar. That is on Tuesday we have the monetary policy meeting from the Australian dollar. There is a JOLT job opening too, and then a speech from the FOMC member on Tuesday. On Wednesday we have the Euro CPI flash estimate, and then OPEC meeting all day. This meeting might actually affect the likes of Canadian dollar, JPY, and then oil. And then we have the ADP manufacturing ADP farm implement change, from the US dollar and USD, and then it is what is the high impact news. We have the ISM service PMI on Wednesday. So take note of this ISM manufacturing PMI and then ISM service PMI. Take note of these two. And after the ISM manufacturing PMI, ISM service PMI drop on Wednesday, we have the speech from the Fed. That is Powell speech later on Wednesday. On Thursday, we have the CPI from the Swiss franc. These guys cut their interest rate. So any lower than expected CPI results should be expecting massive drop from the Swiss franc. But before this news too, I'll be expecting a massive drop from the Swiss franc, especially Swiss franc, that is the CHF JPY. So I'll be selling CHF JPY prior to this particular drop right here, which will happen on London section. So then on Thursday we have the unemployment claim. So this will actually brings the number of people filing for the unemployment benefit on Thursday. So after that, then another FOMC member speech on Thursday. Then on Friday, the biggest day of the month, that is the financial market. So the non-farm employment change, that is the NFP, and the unemployment rate percentage. So let's see what they will drop on this, and let's see how the NFP will come out from the US dollar, and the average hourly earning too. Let's see what they will drop next week. So I'll brace up for volatility in the market next week. There will be a lot of volatility coming into the market next week, probably because Monday we have the first leading indicator news, which is the ISM manufacturing PMI, and Friday we have the NFP. So brace up for a volatile week ahead, especially in the US dollar. So let's check the individual currencies, and let's check the entry and then an exit point. So on the individual pair, the first one I want to check is gold. So I'm expecting a slowdown from gold. That is a bounce from this area. That's a rejection from this area back to this particular area. But probably using a fib retracement tool, I'm looking for price to come down to this 50% Fibonacci retracement level before we see any further move to the upside. If you see what is going on here, you see that there's a rejection, and then this is third touch of it. So probably we might see a rejection back to this particular level, and this level is a very strong level. And then putting a fib retracement to the monthly time candlestick, you see that this is the bottom of the candlestick and this is the top. So probably there should be a retracement back to this particular 50% Fibonacci retracement level, but we might see a breakout and the price will just close in back to this. So the moment you see a price closing in back to this area, probably preferably in the 4-hour time frame, then you should brace up for a sell setup on gold, probably from here back to this particular level right here. So that's what I'm looking at on gold, for price to reject, and then probably we might see a move to this 50% Fibonacci retracement level. So that's that on gold. But if 4-hour candle closes above this area, if the 4-hour candle closes above this area, then I will not be looking to sell gold again. That's especially in the daily time frame or 4-hour time frame. If it's close above this level, then I will just remove myself from anything gold sell. But if we still have price closing below this particular level, then I'm on sell bias back to this particular level of 50% or 38.2 retracement level, where I will be taking my profit. So guys, look into this and then see how it goes. The next pair I want to talk about today is the pounds US dollar. As you can see, anticipating price to probably break to the upside at this level, and then you might see a rejection from this area. And the reason why we are anticipating the breakout is because we are in a new month. The new month candle has opened. So in a new month candle, there is a probability you see a retracement before the continuation of the primary move. So let's see how it goes here. So probably I'm waiting for the rejection at this level for price to break this pattern to the upside and probably reject at this level, and we see a massive drop on GBP US dollar. So that's what I'm looking at going into the next week. That might probably happen on this particular pair right here. So let's see how it goes. So you have to watch out for this level, and then especially these are 61.8 Fibonacci retracement level for rejection to the upside here at this particular area. So that's what I'm actually looking at on the GBP US dollar. So the next pair I'm actually looking at is the Euro US dollar. So let's go to the weekly time frame and see what is going on this particular pair. So as you can see, the last week candle closes as a doji candle, which means that we might see a reversal at this particular area. So what I'm actually looking at here is for price to reverse and then probably reject at this resistance level back to the downside. So watch out this level this particular week. So here I'm actually looking at a rejection back to 1.08331, and then from here we might actually see a rejection back to this level, and then probably breaking this support level right there. So here I'm looking at the rejection at this particular area of resistance. This is where I'm looking at in the market this week, for price to actually bounce off this level, then come back to this level, and then you might see rejection from there going forward. So let's see how price reacts to this level next week. So this is where I'll be looking to take my sell bias on Euro USD at 1.08804. That is where I'll be looking to take my buy position on the Euro US dollar next week, for price to come and retest this particular area, and then we have a rejection to the downside from that particular area. So guys, watch how price reacts to this level going into the next week. I'm actually expecting a buy rejection from here, and during the next week I'm actually tapping into the buy and actually take my profits at this resistance level. So let's see how price reacts to that particular area, but this is a very solid resistance area you have to look at this particular part here. So just watch how price reacts to this level, and then any rejection you see here is an opportunity for you to look for a bearish setup back to 1.07129, and if that level break, you should look for rejection back to 1.05227. So my overall bias on Euro USD is to the downside, but I will be awaiting this retracement back to this area, and then probably a rejection at that particular level. So going forward, the next pair I want to look at is AUD US dollar. So on AUD US dollar, I'm on a bearish setup too, but before then we might see a bounce back to this particular level. So this is where I'll be looking to sell AUD US dollar next week. If I see rejection here, I'll be selling AUD US dollar back to this particular low. So this is where I'm actually be taking my first profit. If I see a sell rejection from here, so I'm be taking my first profit here. Then if that support break, then this is where my second target is actually located, as you can see, at 0.63533. So I'll be looking at how price will react to this particular level of resistance trend line right here. If we have a breakout, then I will not be willing to short AUD US dollar. That is it means that the buyers have changed. But if price still stay below this trend line, which means that I'll be willing to sell back to that particular level. So let's see how price react. So if you go to the let's go to the 1 hour time frame and see what is going on right here. So as you can see, from here to here to the massive pips from 0.655 1 to 0.658 is almost like 70 pips. So which means that if you actually see a rejection here that is clear, you might actually buy and then take your profit at this level. So this is where I'll be looking to short my own position on AUD US dollar. So my overall bias is to the downside. I'm waiting for this level to reject before I actually follow what price did, and if it rejects, then I'll follow them and then sell back to this to the downside. So let's see how price reacts to this level and then this level next week. So watch out for those levels on AUD US dollar, Canadian dollar. What I'm actually looking at is for a breakout of this particular level, but two things may actually happen. If price didn't probably reject and break this resistance level, then we'll see price coming back to this area and then see a breakout of this level back to the downside. So either anyhow what actually anything that actually happens here, I will follow suit. So firstly, I'll be waiting for a rejection here. If I see a clear rejection, I'll join the buyers, and if I see a breakout and then this level has not been taken out, I will do what I'll actually definitely join the buyers. But if this level is take out, then I'll actually wait for a sell entry back to the downside. So on the SND card, that is the next pair I'll be looking at. So in this case, I didn't actually find the next support level, so I actually use a Fibonacci retracement here to want to determine my entry, because if you check the monthly time frame close, it's closed with a full body, so which means that I'm actually waiting for a retracement back to the upside on the SND card pair. So this is what I'm actually looking at right here, for price to reject this level and then see a move back to the 50% or 61.8 we say for that's retracement level before we see a rejection. So if price did not close above this area, then I will just ignore that particular pair, because that is what I'm actually looking at to do on the SND Canadian dollar, for price to actually close above this area and then we'll see a retracement back to the 50% or to 61.8% before I actually see the rejection from there. So let's see how it goes. Let's see how price reacts to all these levels. On Australian dollar, Canadian dollar, I'm on sell bias, but we might actually see this massive rejection, this rejection to the upside at this particular area, which means that there's a rejection and then probably a rejection, and then we might also see a rejection from here coming back to this area before we see a decline to the downside, because this 0.88961 is a very strong resistance level. That is on the Australian dollar, Canadian dollar, even though there's a break of this trend line already, but probably we might still see price coming back to this area. If price does not reject at this area, then you wait for this area. So anywhere price rejects and then you see a confirmation candle, then you have to just follow. So I'll be waiting for a sell setup at this particular area, or if I see it at this particular area. But firstly, we might actually enter if you see a rejection at this particular area, and then price will do like this boom with your stop loss, and then will now give you a very clean sell setup at this area, which you might actually recover your loss trade from. So let's see how price reacts to that level. Coming into the US dollar JPY, if you go to the monthly time frame, no, probably let's go to the weekly time frame. You see that there is a rejection candle at this particular level, and last week, because we didn't see more volatility in the market last week, the last Forex forecast, I told you that this level is an intervention level, and as you can see, price didn't break through it last week, and what it creates is a reversal candlestick, which means that you might actually base up for a sell setup on US dollar JPY back to this particular support level. So let's see how price reacts to that level, but I'm looking for a sell setup here. So in the 4 hour or 1 hour time frame, any rejection I see would be an opportunity for me to look for a sell setup. So probably I'm still looking for a sell setup on AUD, on Australian dollar, Japanese yen, back to this level of support and then this particular level. So let's see how price reacts to this level of overall resistance. So on SND JPY, looking for a bullish setup for price to come and retest this area and then reject. So we might have a fake breakout and it will reject. So if price reject and close in at this area, I'll be looking for a bullish setup back to this and then I'll be taking my profit at this level of 94.50. That is that on SND JPY. So the last one I'll be taking, that is I think I'll be taking this prior to the market open in the Asian section. So I will actually see how the 1 hour time frame reacts to this level. If the 1 hour time frame reacts nicely to this level, then I'm going to buy and take my profit at 1.12409. So that's what I'm doing right here. So let's see how it goes. So this is the weekly Forex forecast, and then thank you for watching up to this level. So don't forget to click on the like button, click on the notification button, and subscribe, so that if you click on the notification button, you'll be notified anytime I drop a new video like this. So don't forget to trade safely, don't forget to use your protective stop loss, and then don't forget to use a very good risk management to your trade going into next week. And don't forget, next week is a week of NFP, and you likely see more volatility in the market, so you don't want to be at the wrong side of anymore. So good luck, trade safe.